Hello, and welcome to Section 5, Access Device Location. In this video, I'm going to briefly discuss the Location API available to you in Android. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Location APIs, a location is a data class that represents a geographical location. A location consists of a latitude, longitude, timestamp, and it can include additional information such as the bearing, altitude, and velocity. A location fetched using the Location Manager are guaranteed to have a valid latitude, longitude, and timestamp value. Now, with that being said, the latitude and longitude values can be inaccurate, but when they say valid, they're meaning they're not default values. The Android framework provides a location API for you to use to access the device's current location by using the Location Manager class. You don't actually directly instantiate this class. This class wraps the location service running on the Android system. So to grab a reference to this, you would call context.getSystemService and cast to the type Location Manager. With the Location Manager, you're able to get a list of location providers, as well as the last received location, request a single location update, or receive a stream of location updates. Now, there's another location API provided through the Google Play Services library. This API is called the Google Location Services API, and is currently recommended instead of using the Android Framework API. Its current recommendation status is because it allows developers to easily leverage several different sensors such as Wi-Fi, GPS, cellular data, gyroscope, accelerometer, and magnometer to gain a very accurate location read. Using this API, you're also able to intelligently request location updates that take into effect current network conditions and battery impact. Geocoding, which will be very important for us in this section, is the process of transforming a street address or description of a location into a longitude and latitude value. And we could take the longitude and latitude values to create a location from it. In Android, to geocode an address, you use the Geocode class. This class requires a backend service that isn't included in the core Android framework, but we don't need to worry about that for our case. Now, reverse geocoding is the process of transforming a location into an address, which makes sense being geocoding is taking a street address or description and turning it into a location. Now, with that being said, reverse geocoding has a little bit of an asterisk next to it. The amount of data returned by reverse geocoding can vary, and the results are best guessed. So there's no guarantees in the API that the location that you get back is accurate. In my experience, it has been fairly accurate, and I've been able to return my own address using it. Furthermore, when you access the reverse geocoding API, it's a blocking call and it should never be performed in the UI thread. The permissions that are required to do this are access find location permission. I believe you could get away using the access course location, but with that being said, the locations returned under that permission aren't very accurate, and according to the API, it has an accuracy about 1 block from your actual location. Since we want to pinpoint gas stations in our application field finder, we're going to want to use the access find location. Now, we're going to go ahead and set up to use the Google Play Services, Google Location Services API, because it uses the Fuse Location API, so we can leverage multiple sensors, and we're also going to add the access find location permission now. So let's begin by opening up Android Studio. I've opened up Android Studio in the background, but I've navigated to the Google developer site. No, I say Google developer site and not Android developer site. And here's actually where we're going to get the dependency so we can actually pull in the Google Play Services Location API. So the website I'm at, the actual URL is developer.google.com/android/guides/setup. I'll post the link in the slides, but we're going to scroll down here, and the dependency that we're going to want to use, because you could actually include all of the Google Play Services API, which I wouldn't recommend because it's a very large API, and I actually recommend don't use it right here. But the API we're going to use is the Google Location and Activity Recognition. So we're going to copy that string, then I'm going to open up Android Studio, and we're going to go in here, and I'm just going to add an implementation and paste this in, then hit sync now. And while it's syncing, I'm going to pause it. So it's finished syncing, the application is finished building. So we're going to test to make sure that we have correctly pulled in the dependency. So we're going to try to open up the fused location provider client. You can actually see the string says Google Android GMS, which indicates that it is from this package right here. Now let's open up our manifest, and we're going to add the permission for the access find location. Use permission, access find location, and this should be all we need to do. Here are some links that you can consult to learn more about the Google location APIs as well as the location APIs provided by the default Android framework. And the very last link actually takes you to the Google developer site to see what libraries you can pull into your application.